Welcome back, jobbers. This is the third video of the channel 68 Jobs. And today is going to be an amazing one because this is where we talk about our principles, our values. Without this, there is no 68 Jobs. Without this, we cannot talk. Without this, there's no reason to move forward. All right? So I hope you like it and let's give it on. Welcome to the 68 Jobs channel. This is your place to go from zero to the job that changes everything. No more waiting, let's start. All right, so let's start. As I mentioned, we're going to chat about our principles, our values. And for that, what I'm going to do is to open here our note taker, and I'm going to put it here very nice and very big. 60 jobs. Let's make this. Jobs. These are our principles. Principles. Yeah. So, what is this thing about principles itself? It is something that is very important on each brand or each company or each organization that I have worked with, or even my personal brand or whatever you want to call it. Principles are those things that whenever the organization is going good or bad, whenever we're facing a challenge, even if it's something that it might degrade our personality, the principles are there as a foundation to remember, to remind us that we are doing it for something. Yeah. So these are our principles. I'm going to put them here and I'm going to explain to you each one of them and why it's important to you to actually follow them. Because it's not only for me, this is for you. All right. So of course you can read this on 68 jobs that I see in our manifesto. Yet it is important for me to explain to you why we have them. Yeah. So as I was explaining at the beginning, we have them in order to not to forget why are we doing this, to of course to help you, but in which way. So the best way that I found to explain it was an operating system. So if you have a computer, whatever, if it's an Apple, whatever, if it's a Windows computer, if it's a Mac or not, the principles are the operating system. So you can install or uninstall programs, whatever thing on your OS, but without that operating system, there is no computer. It cannot work. The principles are that. It is the operating system of your organization, of your life. The same as I have my own values on as Andres, curiosity, compassion, and potential. 60 jobs have its own principles. So when we talk about, I will put it here, I will make it here because I know, as I said, you're going to read about this, and I'm going to tell a little story of why these ones came to existence. Yeah. So principle number one, it is the courage. So no actions, no job. Yeah. Why is this important? Maybe I have already mentioned in other videos, previous videos, that I have worked with, I have been fortunate and grateful to guide many profiles of professionals here in Sweden. And if I have to tell, for example, if I have to say, for example, 1 to 10 people that I help, usually around 8 of them, they do less applications that, let's put it like this, compared to these other 2. So these 8 here do less applications than these 2. In which terms? So when I talked to people, I said, send me the last 5 applications you have done. Yeah. Usually they can't. It's like, oh, I have done just 2. I said, well, okay, wow, in the last month. So yeah, well, send me the ones. No, but I don't have them. So send me the CV. I have only the same CV. So I start to connect the dots of if they have actually applied. And these ones are the ones that have 5, but plus more applications. A lot of the times that I was helping the different audiences, I realized that these 8 people was taking a lot of my time. Let's call it. They was taking around 80% of my time, which it shouldn't be, because it tells me more that this person has applied more and has some kind of habit applying and understanding the process and everything, because it is a process, it is about probability, than these ones. Because when you don't apply, you're missing out of the things you learn in the process. Yeah. So when I talk about no actions, no job, is that if you don't apply, you don't get the job. Simple as that. So when we do this, when we work at 68 jobs with you, that's what I even put it on the first principle ever, because it's been 8 years now since I have done 68 jobs. And all these single times, it has always been like that, all the time. Okay, send me the last application. Send me what you have done. I haven't. I have, and of course, it is not to make you feel, as I said before. If this makes you feel bad, think about it. Is the ego talking? Is your victimization area of your body tells you, "Oh, Andres, but there's always excuses about why you're not applying," and it's completely fine because that is life. But complain, but apply. Have excuses, but apply. But instead of, you can complain and not do anything, or you can complain and do something. So do something, even if you're in pain. And this is simply this feeling of this. You really need to do something, because nobody is going to come and give the job to you. All right. This is principle number 1. No actions, no job. All right. You can read a really nice little story about this principle. Let's go to the second one. Da-da-da-da. Principle number 2. Yeah. So, principle number 2. We have it here. Foreign born helps foreign born. Maybe this is me trying to live in a utopical world. Yet this is why I put this quote here from Margaret Whitley that says, "There is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about." I found very interesting that in all these years doing this, it's called purpose that I have here, is that sometimes it breaks my heart when other foreign borns, they accomplish what they were craving for, and then they just forget all the journey and the purpose and the help. And then I'm like, okay, each personality is different. Each person is different. Yet, of course, and I also say, I'm not waiting for anything back, for something in return. It has never been about that. It's about the doing, not the recognition. However, to the point of, even if it's not me coming back to them and asking, not for something, but maybe for some kind of guidance to another person because they have the same profile or not, this is when they say, "No, I don't have time. I have another thing in my life." And I'm like, okay. So we come to this country, and if the foreign born is telling you no, and usually I love all of you Swedish people, Sweden. I'm a Swedish citizen. Yet A Swedish national, the classic one, usually also say no. Yeah. Because this one, I will say that is more about ignorance in terms of lack of information, because you might actually don't know how to help. But these guys, these people that actually I have helped, they know the process. Well, I have also helped Swedish citizens to get jobs. But imagine, everybody already tells you no. It gives this heartache. So I actually put it here on something that it says, you also stop to see Sweden as that full paradise you have imagined, because you feel that you don't belong. You feel that if somebody that is in the same process simply just forgets about the process, or on that pain, on maybe they can share a little bit. This is me just thinking, me and Andres as part of the brand of 68 Jobs, is there's people that just take. I will never be able to see all of them, even though I have this kind of crazy superpowers and to read people. I can identify. I'm grateful that I have these human skills to detect when somebody is just a taker, and I still do it because, as I said, it's not about the recognition. However, it could have. I was just hoping that during the process they could have been exposed to some kind of change or evolution that have made them think, okay, I can give something back. So now I put it on paper. If you're just a taker, don't come to me. Don't come to us. We not only take, we actually don't take. It's about the doing, not the recognition. Yeah. If you're just here to say, okay, give me a job and then I'm out, there's plenty other organizations, plenty others, hundreds here in Sweden, from universities, from NGOs, from national governmental organizations. They can guide you, but here not. All right. And I put my feet on the ground on this one, because this drains, this removes energy that should be transformed. Energy should transform. These things that we give, it should transform into also to put back in the process, in the loop of energy. So just think about it. Or don't come. Simply as that. All right. And the last one. We are leveling the balance. And hear me out, because this is the one that is so far the one that has been the most dramatic one, if I might say, the one that I get the most comments on, and it's because of this list here. So I made a list on, I put it the following: it is my own perspective on how companies choose their candidates. So I will put it here, and I will speak about each one by one. That list, it became a little bit of a criticism, which is good, because in that case we're touching some nerves. And it's because I put it, the following list is my own perspective. I have told them this is my perspective. So people, where did you get that? Who said that? It's like, me, it's me. Of how companies choose their candidates based on my experience of applying to 68 jobs. I've been in several interview processes where I share the stage with several candidates with the following backgrounds. So let's start. This also comes from the different managers and project leads that have worked with HR, human resources, or even recruitment. I have worked with recruitment. I mean, of course, if you know me, you know I did work in recruitment, university recruitment. which of course somebody might say it's not the same as finding. It follows the same principles. It's called lead generation in marketing. It's about picking up a human in order to do something. So when I heard this, or when I was organizing this list, it came to the same thing. It was like I end up perhaps in the last two, in the last three companies. They don't say it, but they have this list in mind. They're like they try to go first with the Swede. It's like the person that already speaks the language. You know, that understands the cultural references, that when they are doing the interview, they can tell a joke, maybe like very internal from Sweden, and they understand it. Then some kind of way to understand the nuances of having the job. This is the one that, in some kind of way, they already are trustable quotation because of being, as I call it, the White Swede. It's like, oh, I don't have to go into all these cultural challenges in order to get this person inside. This is the one that got the most criticism. It's like, oh, Andres, what you said is we are a country for inclusivity. I'm like, yeah, right. This happens, yeah. And you might have seen it. Of course, we cannot do anything about it. It's not in our hands. But at least you know it happens. All right. Let's go to the second one because there's hope. The second degree Swede. I was in an interview process in 2000. I think it was July 2018. Yes, it was July. It was summer. And it was with a company that works with ventilation here in Gothenburg. When I came to the interviews and when I was gathering information, the recruiter actually mentioned the other person that I was competing with in some kind of way about for the role. Well, I was not fully the last two, but it was the kind of the last four. And I realized that even though this person had less competence, they could still speak the language. And I was like, okay. And they were picked up. So I was like, what happened here? So if you can see kind of the trend, that number one and number two are the language. And the first one, of course, more about cultural background and everything. The second degree Swede, even though they not might be the cultural background the same, because it might be the kid of foreign immigrants that arrived here, like, I don't know, 30, 40 years back. So they could have a Lebanese name, they could have a Persian name, but they were born and raised here in Sweden, of course, with these cultural backgrounds. These are the ones that get picked up. So even with less competence, even here with less competence, this is where sometimes I hear, oh, but this is good, you can learn your craft here. But when it's about the international, no. We need you to already know your craft. And I'm like, it's not that unjust. That is not just. It's not fair. It's very unfair. How is that the other ones can actually get to learn the job? Oh, it's because that is how we do it in Sweden. And for the Swedes, so dude, I'm here in Sweden. Anyways, okay. Let's go to the third one. The Hype International. This is the one that grabs English as the mother language. Australians, Canadians, US Americans, Irish or British, because they have the accent, they have the way to move between the lines because of the language. I came to realize that these ones, at the end, most of these ones have Swedish partners. Yeah. So in some kind of way, it was because of that leverage. Oh, I'm connected to Sweden because of my partner. Okay, so and I speak English. Oh my god, yeah. And Swedes, they love US, the United States. So like, oh my god, we have somebody from New York. Oh, that is the hype thing. Oh my god, we got something from San Francisco, LA. I was like, why these guys love US that much? You might already know. But yeah, they can navigate the persuasion language of it. I have to say that I was kind of the hype international, not because I had a Swedish partner, but I knew how to sell myself better in English, so I could kind of I did persuade and sometimes even manipulated certain situations for my advantage, because when you are in survival mode, that is sometimes what you do, and don't feel bad about it. But it is like that. All right. Let's continue. The European Union International. Why is the difference between the 4 and the 5? Because this one has helped. It's because of the taxes, it's because of mobility, and etc. I did help. I think it was around 4 people from Serbia in the last 8 years, and all of them they came to me. The same with Ukrainians. You might see this, of course, in the recent years. But that is the thing. Like a country that is in Europe but is not part of the European Union, they're kind of a neighborhood but not part of the neighborhood. It's like, and this has been something that happens for decades because, of course, of how long is the European Union been live? I think it was 25 years, like Berlin Wall. Yeah, but now you get it. These are the ones. Taxes, mobility, it makes it easier. Now the Europe International, not necessarily inside the European Union, but in the continent. This is where it might happen that, this person from Serbia, this person there. Sometimes this one is connected to a Swedish partner, so it also helps. It kind of works into that. And then the reality, the punch in the chest is the rest of the world. And this I saw when I became a very good friend. And she knows who is it because she also felt it was really unfair. Of an HR manager in one company where they could actually hire people that they don't speak Swedish. You could work in English. So if you might say the first 1, 2, and 2 were not really like the obstacle, is that they came into this, how the names sound, where do they live, do they speak, what kind of English they know, what kind of cultural background they have. So they came into, and I was like, what the fuck? What about the competence? What about the skills, the CV, the things that they might have in the CV? Nope. This is where, as I said, in my case in particular, Colombian Spanish as a mother language, B2 level in Swedish. Well, this is old. Now it's C2. I wish. It is that when they told us, I don't want to hire the person from India. We're not going to hire the person from China. We're not going to hire the person from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka, from Thailand. Even though those people might have way better skills and way more competence than the other ones. So that's why the principle 3 exists, because I took it on my own heart. I took it personally. I'm leveling the balance. We are leveling the balance. So don't forget about that. Okay? And if you feel that you want to create some controversy on this or whatever, it's all fine. I'm not going to stop doing this. So be my guest. Either we come and chat and try to debate or anything. This is not going to change the fact that there's people who still need jobs here. So that's it. Thank you so much for this chapter, and I hope to continue talking to you guys. Thank you so much. Sending you tons of energy. I love you all. Bye bye.